Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Hawks Flight Farms Book Corner. Thank you for everyone who has watched the first one. It was very rough, and I'm not very good at this. I was the worst public speaker, and probably still am, trying to get better. But thank you for sticking in there with me, and hopefully I'll get better and loosen up, and we can make these things a little bit more fun. Hopefully, yay. Anyway, so we'll get on to the second book, and we've got a true crime novel this time. Still on the theme of falconry and raptors. And this time we're going to talk about the Falcon Thief. True tale of adventure, treachery, and the hunt for the perfect bird. And it is by Joshua Hammer. This book is 317 pages long. It was published in 2020. So it's relatively new. Came out last year. And this book follows the story of a man named Jeffrey Landrum. He was caught by authorities several times for removing eggs from raptors' nests and smuggling them for profit. The author seems to have done his research for this book. He's spoken with a lot of people involved with Landrum's cases and also with some of Landrum's friends and family. Landrum's egg smuggling cases took place between areas in South Africa, Canada, the United Kingdom, South America, and the United Arab Emirates. Because of the differences in laws between the different places, how things were handled in these cases may not have been how they would have been handled in, say, the United States of America, for example, which is something to keep in mind for those of you reading this book in America. With that being said, from a personal standpoint, some of this book was a little hard to read. Falconry is mentioned briefly at points to kind of understand the reason why this smuggling goes on and some of the black market ideologies, why it exists, and the concept in which it is brought up, falconry, may lure some naive people to look at falconry in a bad light after reading this book. So that's something to keep in mind, especially for falconer readers. On another note, there are times in this book where certain people that the author Hammer talks to continually say how Landrum is such a good person, or he wouldn't hurt a fly, or that they respected him even after knowing what he was doing. Even the author later, after he meets Landrum himself, says that he seems like a good guy and everything, and it just makes it seem like people are not really vilifying this guy for, bad stuff he's done. And they kind of put him up on a high horse, and that aggravated me a little bit. I may be biased due to my stance I take on the crime itself. I don't know, but that's just something that popped out at me. And I have read reviews from other people about this book, and I'm not the only one who thought the same way, so we'll just leave it at that. All in all, it isn't a bad book to read, especially if you're into true crime that's wildlife related. I think it shows quite well how even the smartest, well-to-do people can fall from grace should they decide to turn to a life of crime. I would like to give a shout out to all those wildlife officers, conservation officers, and all the law enforcement out there that make it their job to catch these types of people and get them tried for these crimes. And the wildlife thanks you as well. You can find The Falcon Thief by Joshua Hammer on Amazon in paperback for $14 new. And it's about the same price for the hardback versions and the ebook versions. Of course, once again, it's cheaper buying used. And give those used books a second, third, fourth, 60th life. Thanks for tuning into episode 2. Hopefully I was a little bit looser in my attitudes, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying, guys. I'm already working on episode 3, which will be another nonfiction. It'll be a memoir by a well-respected falconer, a female falconer. And then after that, I'll be switching to some fiction. And then I'm doing these reviews as I read them. So it'll be possible that I put out more than one review a week. So just keep an eye out on my channel and my Facebook and see what I post. And until next time, keep reading.